And we're ending with a word problem. Population growth is often seen as something that is exponential. And they'll often say populations are growing at a certain percentage. So here's Stats Canada estimates population growth of Canadian cities, provinces, and territories. And they're starting with Nunavut here. They're expecting to grow annually by 0.8%. So that's not very big, right? That's not a huge increase. But how do we take that percent and move that forward? How do we show an increase of 8%? And probably the easiest thing that you've done in your real life that's close to this is when you buy something, you have to pay tax. The price that you go to buy it, right? You're at Dollarama, you're buying one item, it's $1, but you get to the till, and what do they charge you? $1.13, right? Because there's taxes. There's a 13% tax, right? How do you calculate 13% of something? You could take it and multiply it by 0.13, right? $1 times 0.13 is 13 cents, and then you add it onto the total, okay? The mathematical way to put both the multiplying by the 0.13 and adding it to the original total is to multiply by 1.13. The 1 is the amount that you started with, plus you're adding 13% more. So in our example here, if we have in 2009, the population was 30,000. In 2010, you would take the 30,000, and if you wanted to multiply or increase it by 8%, you would multiply by 1.08. And so on and so forth. Can you see that you could make a formula for this? Our general term, we're starting with 30,000, that's term 1, and then you multiply by 1.08 to the n minus 1. Now, what you have to take into consideration here is when you get to 2013, if this is term 1, what term is 2013? If you went to 0.00, oh yeah, 0.8%. I did 8%. Thank you so much. Otherwise, our population would go crazy in Nunavut. Yeah, I did 8%, and it's 0.8%. So it is 0.008. Now, if we went to 2013, what term would that be? Well, you could count it out. 2011 would be term 3, 2012 would be term 4, 2013 would be term 5. You have to be careful here because you might just want to go 13 minus 9 and write term 4. Sometimes these word problems, you've got to double check things. 2010 is term 2. But if you did 10 minus 9, you would think only 1. So we have to be a little bit careful that way. Because when we get to 2049, that's going to be term. Well, if you 49 minus 9 would give you 40, but it's actually going to be term 41. That's bothers your brain maybe a little bit. Okay, so to find term 5, I could find term 5 with my formula by going 30,000 times by 1.008 to the exponent of 4. Type that into my calculator. It's important that you type these into your calculators going as well because you want to make sure that you know how to use your calculator. What does it say? Round to the nearest 30,000. Wow. So approximation sign. First of all, I'm going to write out the actual number that I got. I got 30,971.58, dot, dot, dot. And then to the nearest thousand would be 31,000. Those squiggle lines, that means an approximation sign. Then in part B, if I wanted to find term 41, I would use the same formula. To the exponent of 40. And the actual answer I got was 41,261.26, dot, dot, dot. To the nearest thousand would be 41,000. So you can do 10, 13, 14, and 15. Remind me, I'd like to start question 15 together next class. Just try it on your own. We'll go over question 15 at the beginning of next class.